Okay, good morning. Welcome to the Citizen Action Committee's Candidates Q&A. This morning we're going to be, this morning and this afternoon, we're going to be interviewing and talking with 6 of the candidates for school committee and Board of Selectmen. This morning we'll be talking with 3 of the candidates for Board of Selectmen, starting with Mr. Paul Mounter, who's here with us now. And just briefly, I want to give you some background into what we hope this event is about and what our group is about. So the Citizens Action Committee is about town issues, and our mission is to provide open format for discussion on town issues. Our mission is also to introduce and support resolution to town issues, and primarily our mission is to advocate and promote ongoing community involvement. So getting people involved, and that's what this event is about, is having the people get a chance to talk to the candidates in an open format and ask questions. It's more like a job interview, if you want to think of it that way. Everybody, the Board of Selectmen and school committee work for the town, and so it gives a chance to the town to ask questions. Our group's initiatives at this time are to keep town budgets within revenue projections, which we successfully did on Monday, to promote town meeting participation and increase the number of people who are actually voting and voicing their needs, and solution to currently one of our urgent things is space needs across the town. Today, the candidates Q&A, the candidates will be starting with a 5-minute open where they'll present their position on certain issues or items that they want to make clear to us. Then we'll have Q&A from the public and from myself, and then they will get a 5-minute close. Just also as background, we sent each of the candidates a questionnaire or a profile that had 6 issues that we thought were rather important for this particular election, and 3 of the selectmen candidates and 3 of the school committee candidates have responded to that profile, and those profiles are on our website at www.cacnr.org. The litmus test for the Board of Selectmen, so some of the issues that I'll be talking to the candidates with today, center around a tax rate or a dual tax rate. What are their opinions on that? The commercial property development in town, how can we best maximize that in some way? School department issues, and this is for the Board of Selectmen, so it's how would they deal with school department issues and budgets. Contract negotiation with town employees, town finances, and the leadership role of the Board of Selectmen in relationship to the town in general and to the town committees specifically, so in town government. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Mounter, who has a 5-minute open.
Well, hello. My name is Paul Mounter. I'm running, this is my second run at the Selectmen's position. I came within about 57 votes of beating Mr. Vino last year, and I got about 600 votes, so I did pretty well for a first-time candidate here. This time I've decided to really focus my campaign on just one issue, and that's dual tax rates, because I think it's so critical to the future of this town. We have, right now we're looking at probably 4 major overrides, and that would be the school, the police station, the school budget, and the general government. So there's 4 hurdles that we have to get through Proposition 2.5, where the real government of this town is held at special election. So it's not held by the select board or by town meeting, it's held by people going in and voting on these issues. Now my feeling is that we need a dual tax rate to induce people to vote yes on some of these subjects. These 4 major overrides are to do with things that simply will not go away. That we need the new school, we need a new police station, the school budget, we need to fully fund the schools. These are issues that are not going away. We have to, as a town, address these issues. We can't put our heads in the sand. We have to find a way to get folks to say yes to these issues at the special elections. So that's that's my main thing here. One thing I would say is that, recently our meeting, Selectman Steve O'Leary said that several towns around us this year have gone for overrides to do with general operating budgets. We just missed the bullet this year, and Mr. Jones Senior is suggesting that we will be preparing for an override throughout the coming year for the next April meeting. So, here we have Steve O'Leary mentioning what other towns are doing, and my approach has been all along to look around at the other towns and see what the other towns are doing. And I believe that many towns around us use dual tax rates to navigate Proposition 2.5. 2.5 to me is a super law, and we have to find ways to live within that. But dual tax rate is a strategy where you can navigate it successfully. So I would say I would like to close my opening statements there.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, my first question to you, and as you said, it's quite clear dual tax rate is your primary issue, or the only issue actually that you're choosing to point to at this point. But the question that I'm hearing is, as a selectman, there are other issues that will be coming to you in a day-to-day fashion that you're going to have to deal with, transformer poles and other things like that. So even though right now you're running on a single issue, how are you going to balance your campaign for a dual tax rate with the other issues that are involved in being a selectman on your 3 years that you'll be on the board?
Well, I would say that I would be really attempting to really work with the other board members and really try and work to make the Board of Selectmen successful. Just really negotiate and communicate with the other board members and really try to make the whole board a success.
This is a question that will be asked of all the candidates. An issue for any elected representative, president down to selectmen, is the balance of the will of the people sometimes versus the good of the people. If elected, how will you balance what the voters want versus what may be the best for the town in the long term?
Well, I would say that we need to override Proposition 2.5. We need the will of the people. That's paramount right now. To me, these are the main issues facing the town right now: the new school, the police station, the budget issues. These are major issues, and we need a selectman, or all the selectmen, just working on these particular issues. And I must admit, these are issues that really fire my imagination more so than perhaps run-of-the-mill issues. But I think it would be appropriate to have a selectman that would be particularly interested in these issues and actually sort of campaigning for overrides of 2.5 rather than just putting 2.5 on the warrant, 2.5 overrides on the warrant, and then just see what happens. I think there's more to be done to get a yes vote on some of these issues. So I'm looking to really have more of a campaign and more of a bully pulpit type of position on these 4 issues. The town needs to move on from these 4 issues. They're just not going away. We need to move on. We need someone to address them, to get the town behind these issues. So there's a lot of work to be done. It's not going to be enough just to put these things on the warrant. Much more politicking needs to be done. And that's what I would like to do. I'd like to use the position to politic and get yes votes. Many of these things are very unpopular, you know that. A lot of people are against the concept of overriding 2.5. They just say live within your means, live within the budget. But unfortunately, we're unable to. The dynamics of the town and dynamics of the needs of the town mean that we can't live within the budget. We have to get into the 2.5 situations. We have to really address that. So I think it's legitimate for me to really say that's what I want to do. That's the thing that fires my imagination. That's you know, when I drive around town, the things like the high school renovation, the library, the move the town hall to this facility now, are tremendous achievements that you know, we as a community did over the last 10, 15 years, and I'm very proud of what we did. I'm very proud of the golf course and having Hillview there. That's something the town did, and these issues define us to some degree. How are we going to come together as a town and solve our major problems? I think this is a legitimate thing for a selectman to be concerned with. And maybe I won't be so good on transformer poles, and I certainly won't be a leading force in labour negotiations. I don't think. I would certainly be going with the flow with anything along those lines. I'm not about to create any controversy whatsoever on something like that.
Okay. Sort of as a follow-up to that, talking about the will of the people versus the good of the people, another battle or battle of conscience that representatives deal with is the idea of the voice of very involved voters or special interest groups versus the silent majority. And how are you able to balance what issues come before you because people are very interested in that versus the discussions you're having or the will of the people that is made public through voting? Or
well, that's an interesting thing, and I would say you really have to, the special interests, you really have to be careful about those particular groups. You know, you have to be looking at the regular people in town who vote in special elections, especially, who don't perhaps attend town meeting or come to interested very much in even local politics. My key is, you know, I've actually declared myself to be a Democrat this time, again in the hopes that people in town who lead towards that way will recognize me for being one of them, and perhaps we'll get a little better turnout this time. That's what I'm sort of hoping for, that the ordinary people will see me as a person that's taken a particular stand on all issues, and maybe that will help a little bit. But I'm very much in favour of the ordinary people, the silent majority, yes, very much so. And I would favour them over special interests every time, okay?
I think we have a question from email.
Mr. Monter, on your profile, candidate profile, you talk a lot about, of course, the need for a dual tax rate. Yet on the issue of expanding the ratio of commercial property to residential, you said you're not in favor of that. Do you believe that our existing industrial base is large enough to support the types of increases that you're looking for to fund some of these projects?
Yeah, absolutely.
You do?
Absolutely, because in effect, the dual tax rates allow you to increase the the amount taxed to a commercial property by 50%. So that, in effect, that's like a 50% increase in your tax base for commercial properties. So I feel that 16% or where we're at is very, very doable as a dual tax rate. It can get us over the hump in the area, in a $1.5 million type figure, into these 3 or 4 major overrides. If we start shifting money or tax dollars, particularly for specific issues, we will start to move this logjam that we have, and so I think it's very doable at 16%. Wakefield is at a 16% type commercial based town, and they